Appreciate you. That way I can.
Hey, so have y'all done?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, cause from here, I got you. I see what you're saying. Yep. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, have y'all done any current guys lately? Like
current ace guys or what?
No, just pros overseas or in the NBA right now.
Have we?
Not right now. We had Chucky Atkins on, who used to play in the league. Yeah, that's been really this summer. That's only been the only basketball guy we had.
I was just asking because I was about to toast up with y'all down this. I didn't know if I should have this on camera or not.
Oh, yeah.
You saying for your career?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm grown, but I don't know.
It's just a bit. But you actually will have other guys done. That's the reason why you asking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Chuck not playing though.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
We had but he didn't drink nothing. The point guard Magic. We had Magic on.
Yeah, Magic Dorsey.
We had Magic.
We had KP
last
on.
year. We had KP on.
Kendrick Perkins?
Yeah,
he didn't drink.
Nah,
but we that wasn't even our setup though. Cause KP was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We wasn't really like. We just really started.
Yeah, and just started buying drinks for the house here. Because before.
Go ahead and drink it.
Yeah. It's just a beer.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It don't matter though. It's like sponsorship shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you saying I'm good to drink it on live, or I should just go ahead?
If you do this.
Yeah, he talking about for basketball.
No.
Huh? I'm straight, right?
Yeah, I think it's straight.
I think it's straight.
You're not intoxicated or acting crazy.
From the Sunshine State, the great state of Florida, and what does your Uncle Charlotte always say? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. I'm Big Bubba crossing my black car. It's booby traps and pit bulls crossing my backyard. I'm still strapped, boy, these handguns on Vanguard. I like going against the grain cause my hand hard. Bae, I used to thug hard to see this crack hard. I don't thug nothing but the motherfucking task force. Me and two Root running shit, we like the fat boys. Paid cash for it, so I try to and fast forward. I put it all in your face like you asked for. Most of you love frontin' like the dashboard. I get it chalked out like the blackboard. I got the ghetto off glass like the backboard. Most of my niggas ride till it ain't no gas for. We been outside like ain't no map for. Been outside like ain't no map for.
I swear to God, these motherfucking jets in Florida is different. Man, I was at this house the other night. Gave her a little son one melatonin, thinking this little motherfucker gonna go to sleep. Hell no, the little motherfucker ain't go to sleep. I ended up giving this little the whole goddamn bottle. He ate them all. It was up all motherfucking night.
I'm in all white ones. Picture could get me a Cy Young. We feel like nuns. No f***s giving like Spice One. We feel like bums. Don't change that I might run. Feel like buns. Shit sit when the price jump. I got white bumps. These bags kill it price plump. You only die once. I know you a snake with a sliced tongue. I can't trust you. I'ma dust you. Ain't no checking temperature. It's f*** you, then it's f*** you. These laws I'm stuck to. You know how many 12-12s I run through? My get cut, but my girlfriends get cut loose. My get hit like kung fu. I love the streets, but they never told me I love you.
Yeah, I already know. I'm straight from Florida, G. You know, bottom of the motherfucking map. Home of motherfucking Uncle Luke. Home of Trick Daddy. Home of Kodak Black. Nothing but gold teeth, wigs, and motherfucking sticks. You already know. Bottom of the map. FLA. Shaped like a motherfucking pistol on you. Have you, won't it? I ain't got no damn business at church. Cause all I be doing is looking at damn prints in that bitch. I'm talking about, man. You know how up it is? Like, you ever got hard in church before? Like, ain't that some you get hard in church?
I'm just letting you know I'm not going to be the one arguing with that. I'm going to just tell you my biased opinion.
Bubba likes to drop stats sometimes, but like I don't know if he's right or not. He could just be pulling them out of his ass.
that is my flavor.
I'm not sure if it's stats.com or Bubba's.
That's up your alley.
But listen, you guys are back on the Bench Podcast, home of sports, music, and mayhem. Don't forget we're available on all, and I do mean all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We got a great guest in the house today. Shout out to Hassani. Appreciate you joining the show, man.
Yes, sir, man. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man. It's been a couple of summers of you dodging us, but you finally got here. We appreciate your efforts, man.
He been dodging the whole city, man.
Never that, man.
It's hard to get to everybody in this limited time, man. That's for sure. That's for sure. But as always, we got a really dope show for you guys today. As you can see, we're going to be talking about some NBA stuff. Jeff Teague may have broken some news. We'll get to that on the LeBron tip. Of course, Shannon Sharpe has settled. And a lot of other stuff, man. We're going to touch the Jacksonville police situation later on in the show. All of that good stuff. All right, man. Hassani, man, what's going on? I of course, you're from Atlanta, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What part of Atlanta? I lived in Atlanta. I had moved up there for like 5 or 6 years.
So it's more like outskirt Atlanta. I'm not like in the heart of it, but Douglasville. So.
Okay, Douglasville.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up.
That's where I came up.
That's the one thing, like the difference I noticed from going to Florida to Atlanta is everything is just Atlanta. And nobody trips on that.
Okay.
Nobody
nobody
trips
because of the jail system. They got it in zones and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, all that good stuff. But here, it's like somebody. If you call somebody from Sanford and you tell them they from Orlando, they're gonna have a huge problem.
Yeah.
Orlando to Sanford, but like in Atlanta, like you got places 2 hours apart and it's still Atlanta.
I mean, you'll always have somebody that's a stickler for saying like you're not from Atlanta, but
yeah.
I mean, I did all my training out there. I'm hooping in all my games out there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm known in the city of Atlanta. So.
No, for sure. I got this one question because we definitely gonna go through your career and all of that good stuff. But the one question I did have for you right now is like, what were some of the players that you was coming up against in your era while you was in Atlanta? Like coming up before college.
You got Nate Masons, you got Brandon Goodwins, you got Delano Spencers, you got some real good talent to name and guys to choose from. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who
like guys?
What were some of the names
Johnson.
that was the like some of the best? I guess. Yeah, maybe I could say all time that you was just saying the names
like
you were hearing.
being from Douglasville, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of like a diamond in the rough. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really play against the best of competition unless it was AAU and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did y'all play a lot of like inner city Atlanta schools? Was that y'all like schedule?
Nah.
So you didn't really see those guys until AAU.
Nah. Okay. Yeah, and late in the playoffs, like playing against South Atlantas and stuff like that. But
okay.
Did you play Norcross?
No.
That's like
we're like Southwest.
Southwest. Okay.
Southwest, yeah. So
We
Norcross is north.
Yeah, when I was coaching at Winter Park, we went up to South Carolina. We ended up playing Norcross. Mm-hmm. They had like Jody Meeks at the time.
Reputable,
yeah, they had a good one. But,
yeah.
But Steph Curry won that tournament with his team.
For real?
Yeah, It's crazy.
Grayson is another powerhouse, but that's like still a little more up north.
Yeah, actually, we did play against Grayson in the playoffs one time.
Yeah. How y'all did?
So we won.
For real? Yeah. They must have had an off year or something.
Shots fired. Coming out quick.
Nah, but no, for sure. And we'll get back to a lot of that good stuff. Let's get to this. I'm going to play a video. As soon as I hit this, I'm going to play a video of Jeff Teague. And basically they're debating the best era of LeBron, whether it's the Miami Heat LeBron or the second time when he got back to the Cavs.
Return to Cleveland.
Short clip. Yeah. It's about here. Where we at? Where you at? My eyes, man. They're getting worse.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat
best Bron we ever seen. I
was,
ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Now give me
like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly, but like he had to sit out. Bro, y'all remember when they told him like they
there
gonna
goes
start
Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
No.
When they was like he got everybody. They started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though, bro.
Nah, that might have been the best Bron, bro. At Miami,
Yeah,
bro,
I
was
think so.
crazy, bro.
Now we've talked about this like several times on the show. At least once I remember. Like the best, which LeBron was.
I've always stood by the Miami Bron. I think at that point, he may not have been at his absolute mental peak, like as far as knowing and understanding everything, but he was close enough to his peak mental, and he was at his absolute peak physical. Like that was just crazy. That was insane. Steroids or not. But you do think back though, like in those Miami years, he was like super swole.
Yeah.
Like he always had a big frame and is strong, but like some of those Miami years, he was probably pushing around 260 or 270.
Yeah, like 260. And it's crazy because, I didn't see this clip until just now, but I actually heard a story where they said that there was who was it? Was it a trainer or a equipment guy? It was an equipment guy they walked into locker room as he was like taking
something.
They said next day he was not there.
The equipment guy.
They probably had to have him send like an NDA, cash him out, and
something.
be done.
You know what I mean?
Because if you just fire him and send him to the streets, he's gonna talk.
Yeah.
So they probably gave him some cash and NDA, and thanks for contributing to the Heat, my friend.
But
yeah, he probably don't have to work a day in his life no more.
Back to the topic, I think that the Miami Bron is the best Bron too.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, he established himself in peak strength. Like the way he was just getting in the lane, broad shouldered, like you know what I'm saying.
Well, that was and the two things that still to me was amazing was the Derrick Rose was MVP, and they played Bron in the playoffs, and like when game got close or got fourth quarter, Bron locked him up and made him look like a JV guy.
Yeah.
And in the final with KD, there was a fourth quarter where he was guarding KD and wasn't giving him anything. Then he had his episode of cramps, went out for 2 possessions. KD got 4 points in 2 possessions, and then Bron recovered and KD was silent for a while. Like those are 2 crazy offensive weapons that he was able to lock down, when it mattered. That's insane.
It is insane, but I do disagree. Because physically, like, Miami Heat LeBron is the best, you know what I'm saying, as far as version of LeBron. Because, like you said, he had grew into his body all the way, especially from the first Cavs stint and all of that good stuff. And he's just physically imposing, and he had a lot of those different moments, like you said, the one on Rose and all of that good stuff. But there's 2 things that differentiate himself from the Heat Bron and then the Cavs Bron. Number one, it is the mental space, because by the time he gets the second stint back with the Cavs, he's already like he's a leader. He's more willing to take the last shots. He, you know what I mean? He's just like fully the last Super Saiyan form that there is. Like there was no more. It was, you know what I mean? He had it reached at each level already.
Yeah, man, I understand what you say. Yeah.
And secondly was his jumper. The second stint was the Cavs is and they kind of got at it a tiny bit there, but that is when he found the shot, when he became like a near 40% 3-point shooter, when he was a better free throw shooter, all of that. Because with the Heat, the one time when they got blew out by the Spurs in the championship, they went to that zone defense and basically was just giving him every jumper imaginable. He could not. He either wouldn't take a bunch of them or missing a bunch of them.
Yeah, they got his head
for sure, because he was too strong from the HGH.
through the equilibrium of the shot off.
Nah,
yeah, for sure. All jokes for sure. But like with the Cavs, second step with the Cavs, it was none of that. He was shooting his ass off, and then that turnaround jumper became like efficient as a mug, and he was still physically imposing. He was still in his prime physically. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got the block in the finals. Iguodala was insane. Yeah, you have the moment where they lose to the Golden State Warriors in the finals, but he was a fucking like monster when Kevin Love and Kyrie went out.
Yeah, that was the first
Yeah.
First finals with the Warriors and Cavs.
Yeah. When he had Dellavedova and all of those.
Yeah, some pieces though for sure.
Yeah, and he went crazy.
Him himself, he was wilding.
Yeah.
He was wild.
That was with David Blatt as coach.
David Blatt as coach.
That dude was wild. He says like coaching is like being a fighter pilot in a jet. You got to make all these high speed decisions.
That's a good analogy.
And I always say one thing about coaching in NBA, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but whether it's a good coach or a bad coach. You know it's a bad coach when they get fired and they get absolutely no looks ever again in their entire career.
Yeah, they just sort of vanish. Yeah,
not an assistant look, not another head coach look, not an interview. Like you were bad.
That's kind of like a pyramid. It's like if you get fired as a head coach and then you're immediately a hot commodity in the head coaching market. Mm-hmm. Or you get fired and then like you're kind of looking at assistant jobs to rehab. Yeah. You get fired and you're out of the damn league. Like that's another level.
That's another level.
Like that's like zero respect.
Did Bron get him out of there?
Yeah, for sure.
He got power everywhere. Huh?
Yeah.
Bron definitely got him.
But David Blatt coached in Europe, and I think he was like a very hands-on micromanager. That's not what LeBron's ever been, wanting in his career. Yeah. So it was disaster.
He's gonna provide that.
He
got the IQ to share for everybody.
Yeah, I mean LeBron, like love him or hate him, he's a basketball genius,
most definitely.
And you kind of like have to defer and partner with that. And like from a coaching standpoint, you gotta kind of you're not gonna tell him how to play basketball, but you're gonna kind of guide him to do what you need to be done in a given moment.
Yeah, you're gonna see it from a different lens because when you're in the crowd versus being the coach versus being a player, you see it from a different lens.
For sure.
Now, on the steroids thing, I think for Jeff Teague to be a former player and to have a huge platform, I think that's a little crazy to be saying stuff like that. I think that's a little crazy and a little irresponsible. Now, because that is a really dope
crazy
podcast.
In terms of making it a rumor or
like
spreading it as if he actually knows that that's true.
Like spreading it as if he knows. Because if you catch him in the clip, he says, "I played in the NBA. I know." Like, and there was no LOLs behind it.
Yeah, no. But what I would say, I would say though that like there has been rumors about that.
Yeah, that's
so.
it.
You're not introducing the rumor.
Rumors,
but what I'm saying
go ahead,
with his platform and being a legitimate NBA player, he almost like certifies it.
Bingo.
Like he kind of pushes it to another level of kind of reality, I think.
Bingo.
Rather than just these kind of quiet, I think I saw this, somebody might have said that. He's like he's in the league. He knows people. He knows what's going on.
And Bron is petty, man. I mean, you got the whole him and Drake thing.
I was just about to say that.
Drake put him in the song, and then all of a sudden LeBron going crazy.
Did you see Drake got his tattoo covered up?
Yeah,
that's wild.
Tattoo covered up.
But let's first address, like, as a man, you shouldn't have another man's tattoo.
That's wild. Anyway.
Like that's not like your relative.
And I'm a Drake fan. That's just
not in the way they do. I feel like if you had like a Bob Marley or like a
somebody that was influential.
Like a movie type
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, sure.
I'll extend it past
plenty of hard tats out there.
Yeah. If somebody was to get a Kobe tattoo right now, like
feel me?
a hooper, like that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
But you mentioned that LeBron's petty.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to get worse. Like, because here's the thing, like he knows he's not what he was as a player.
Yeah.
He knows that like the shine of being the best player, the focal point of the league is diminishing. It's going to get petty for him.
Yeah.
It does feel like Jordan and all these guys. When you retired and you can't do anything further for your legacy but protect it, petty's the move. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but that's just the reality.
Yeah.
He's still averaging the same points over the course of his career. So is he really not as good as he was?
Of course not.
Nah, he's not as good as he was. He's got to pick his spots.
I think if he has the right pieces around him with some good young new talent. I mean, you got Luka. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We'll see.
But
we always say we'll see. I guess for a couple seasons now. But
the thing is, the Lakers are clearly pivoting to build around Luka.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying LeBron's like irrelevant.
Of course, he's younger.
But he's younger. And it's the move the Lakers have
and
to
LeBron
make.
has admitted and saying
Well,
like
this
he
is-
don't got that many more years.
Exactly.
Left, you know
This is
what I'm
a
saying? You
great
gotta start.
transition. Hassani has a bright future in this business because that was the next topic. Because Marcus Smart says the Lakers stack right up with all of the other teams in the West for this year. 'Cause he's the newest signing for the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Marcus Smart has like been hibernating for 2 years, like
On
sleeping
terrible
with the
teams.
Bears.
Hasn't he been? Didn't he get injured though?
Yeah,
Maybe a couple times.
he got hurt, and then he was a part of a trade to the Wizards, and he's kind of just been like rehabbing and playing on.
Yeah, he went to the
terrible team.
Grizzlies, then the Wizards. It just hasn't. He hasn't been healthy.
He's one of those names though. When they first signed him, I'm like, oh, here goes another really old guy.
No, see,
But
I'm not
but
doing
he's
that.
but he's not. But no. I looked at him. I was like, damn, he's only like whatever 30, 31.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I do think that Marcus Smart can rebound as long as he's healthy and become a good player in the league.
Yeah,
two-way
Bro,
player.
Marcus Smart was a reason why he was a pivotal reason why the Celtics are what they are now.
Yeah. He was a part of building that.
Yeah.
That
You know
what
what I
they
mean?
have.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I
100%.
I mean, he's spoken on like, I wish I would have got a ring too. Like,
Yeah.
he got traded the year before they got a ring.
Yeah, that was
You know
tough.
what I'm saying?
No,
So-
that was tough. I've always liked Marcus Smart, and he's a guy like, again, he's not a perfect player, but like if you're a coach and you're in the closing minutes of a game, you have to have him on the floor.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's gonna do something. Like he'll a loose ball, a stop, just he'll make a pass,
He's
make a
bringing
play.
so many intangibles
Yes.
on the right side of the ball, which is defense. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That wins games ultimately.
Oh, yeah,
That,
yeah.
you always need a player like him on your team.
For sure.
And within today's NBA, there's not many dogs. I feel like
I agree
There's more
with you.
skill, there's more athleticism than you know what I'm saying, arguably than we've ever seen. But come on, man.
No, that's a great point. I mean, that's it. You need a guy like him on your team, and there ain't enough of those guys. And so,
100%.
like if you have him, you're kind of in a very favored position.
Yeah, and then and they lost one, and for a while I thought they were just gonna roll into this season, without him. The forward they lost, Dorian Finley. Because he's one of those guys that can make it. And Marcus Smart, when he's
he went
right,
to the Rockets, right?
yeah. And Marcus Smart, when he's right, can have a more of an impact than Dorian Finley. You know what I mean?
for sure.
He hits threes too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like,
don't
he's-
forget that now. Yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
he's just a winning guy.
Yeah.
like just a winning guy.
He's adding to the culture that you want in the team. Now, is everybody gonna buy in? Is Braun gonna play defense like Marcus Smart? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? He has to save his energy for other things. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Now Luka is the one that recruited him. He basically recruited Aiden. You know what I'm saying? So it is becoming more of a Luka centric team.
Luka seems like he's losing weight too.
Yeah. He's been posting the videos and stuff.
We all know what Luka can do. And
Yeah.
that's why they call him Luka Magic. So
It's a bad boy, man.
yeah, for sure.
So okay, we just talked about two incredible players. Like, who's like the best player you've shared a floor with? I mean, it could be on the other team, but a guy that you played against, and you're just kind of like, God damn, like this guy's a human like me.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably the craziest player.
First of all, the size. Like, is it really that?
bro? It's like guarding a horse. Like, he's huge, man. Like, come on, man. He's huge.
Balls, but
I was
yeah.
guarding. Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Nah, but I'm guarding him at the top of the key, man. And the next thing you know, I felt like he took 19 steps past me. But really, it was like, you know what I'm saying? He was at the rim already. Nah, I laid him though.
Yeah.
Lefty lay, same lay,
Nice.
same hand. Yeah, for sure.
okay.
How do you guard somebody like
Nah,
that? Though?
For a guy like me, I just got to be real pesky. If I'm guarding Giannis, I got to be more on the Pat Bev, Marcus Smart type vibe. You know what
Just
I'm saying?
up and under.
I gotta press
into-
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what most defenders do, and I guess because it's larger people guarding them at that time, they'll back all the way off. But I feel like that's not the way to guard them.
Nah, I
And
don't want that
regardless of
boy
your size.
getting a head of steam coming at me.
Right.
Bingo.
No, that's the thing.
But you see that they're backing way up to give him the jumper.
Yeah.
But it seems like he can decide, well, I'll still just get a head of steam and go around.
If you're somewhat near his size, maybe you can do that because you're gonna be able to absorb some of his force
going that
to
way.
a degree as well.
Yeah.
So, from my perspective, like I said, I got to dig up in the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
No, that does make sense. But yeah, you're right though. I mean, there's a tendency like the reputation doesn't shoot it well.
Yeah.
Let me invite him to shoot
But his
this.
footwork is actually very impeccable. I feel like guys don't give him enough credit.
Nah, his footwork is crazy.
The way his footwork is.
That
doing
Euro is like that's it's there. It's in his bag. It's like firmly in his bag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now
But he knows how to like look like he's gonna do the Euro, which you would expect, and just keep it over. And next thing you know, he's dunking on you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He can combo out of that.
He seems to move with like the quickness you would associate with a smaller person too.
You know what I mean?
Like that, you know better than I do. But I
think as basketball has become more positionless, you know what I'm saying? Because we got guys like him bringing the ball up the court.
Right.
There was a large portion of time a couple years ago for sure where he was running the one a lot.
Yeah.
They said he's gonna do it this year.
Why not?
That's what the GM
Why
said.
not?
Yeah.
That's the plan for this year. How do you think his game is going to like age? Do you
I think he does become more big pick and roll. He's gonna always be big enough to finish around the rim. And I feel like his athleticism is, I don't know, it's slight for him. You know what I'm saying? He seems to keep himself pretty healthy. And I don't know.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Anyone else jump to mind close to that category?
Guys like a Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell he's super intellectual. Like, he knows how to draw fouls and get to the spot that he wants to. Like, and again, impeccable footwork. You know what I'm saying? And mid post. I really like Jimmy Butler's game too, playing up against him. But I mean, I go on a list, of different people. You know what I'm saying? There's Max Struess, who comes off the down screens and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're late somehow. You know what I'm saying? Some way you're late. And there's all type of different players, man.
Yeah.
But Giannis would definitely have to be probably the best that I'd say.
While we kind of on this, can you talk about, because see, from the average like fan who just watches the NBA, right? And especially now with the gambling and the betting, there's a lot of
speak for yourself.
But there's a lot of like, man, this motherfucker's so trash, and it's like, and players get that moniker. Like the guys, the role players, you know what I mean, down to the deep bench guys, like for real, like how really good are those guys? You know what I mean? And I guess the better question is are there some trash?
For sure.
On NBA teams?
There's
Okay.
because it's a business, you know what I'm saying? There's money to make.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, somebody like me who, like I said, I'm coming up in Douglasville, Georgia. It's not like some reputably known basketball place, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably one of, if not the biggest name from where I'm from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. What was you saying?
Like guys that are in the NBA that really made
so what I was saying was everybody like has their own like role, unless you're a star player, of course, and you just have the green light. But for sure, there's like, if you don't grow into your role the way that team wants you, or you know what I'm saying, there's different things like. Sometimes they want a guy because he got a bigger fan base. He got more following. That's going to draw more tickets. Yeah, more ticketing and stuff like that. I do think that plays a role. Obviously, you got to possess something.
Yeah.
You got, you know what I'm saying? But
like that could be an edge between like two guys if you're looking at.
Yes, because I feel like during my stint with the Magic, I feel like I produced better than some people that still are in the NBA right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I've heard from like a manager / coach type of, you know what I'm saying, like a film coach. He told me like, I feel like they're only trying to keep this dude because he has a bigger fan base than you, and he's gonna bring in more tickets. More people knew him. I don't want to go into too much because I feel like, you know what I'm saying.
No. Not names, but I do want to stay here while we're here. But go ahead. Yes.
I think if you get a guy that's maybe kind of drafted in a high position, or maybe played at a high profile college, or had a big college reputation, and then you go into the league, particularly if they've got guaranteed money attached to you, you're going to get the benefit of any doubt over a player that doesn't have guaranteed money. Even though that player may be outperforming you over a stretch of time.
No, facts.
I feel like they always talk about potential and stuff like that, but a lot of times, like, I feel like the NBA takes what they see as potential over production right away sometimes. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Because like I said, I feel like I was producing more and at a better rate, and you can see even potential in what my production was. I'm kind of confused on why I didn't really,
Let's back up a tiny bit here. So how did you get that opportunity to begin with?
So there was guys that were hurt on the team. There was guys that were catching COVID. You know, I came in the Omicron, time of COVID, and it was crazy. I mean,
you were overseas at that time?
No. I was with Lakeland Magic.
Okay,
I was on the G League team.
How did you get the G League opportunity to begin with?
In pre-draft I was wilding, and I think they wanted to invite me to Summer League, but they had already given out all the invites and talked to the guys that they wanted to by the time they had recognized me. Okay. But they kind of told my agent that I had at the time, like, we're gonna bring him, to our G League team. And then from there, my production during the summer, working out at Impact and going, to Drew Hanlon's pro days and stuff like that. And just noticing me, they were like, oh, you know what, we're gonna get this dude to training camp deal. Okay. And
and that was without playing in the summer league.
Yeah.
You got
coming out of college, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's dope.
Why I say, man, I'm a diamond in the rough. I earned everything that I got into this point, and I'll never stop. The grind never stops.
Facts.
Wherever I'm at, I would always love to be back in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I'll look the camera in the eye. But you know what I'm saying? I do feel like I'm playing some of my best ball. I feel like
like currently, right?
Right. Yeah. Yes, sir. So. Yeah, man, it's a touchy subject for me sometimes. I get a little emotional when it comes to it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I love Orlando and the opportunity they gave me. I wish I could have continued playing with Orlando, but there, I got traded. My G League rights got traded to somebody else, and I just bounced around a little bit, and then I ended up breaking my foot. Actually, a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know that, man. After my the season that I had, my 2 10-day stints, I broke my foot at OTE, man.
For real?
I was guarding Lou Will in some pro invite runs, and everybody know Lou Will likes fading over the left shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So he it's crazy. He took me down to the right elbow, or left elbow from his perspective, and he faded away. I contested it very heavily, hit the rim, hit the backboard, and then dropped in. So boom, take the ball out. I got the rock coming down. He guarded me too. I go right back at him. I think I bulldog dribbled in and out, got to the rim, leg. Boom, he come back. He won his turn again. And vets be teaching you sometimes, like, all right, I'm gonna show you again, young bull. Like, I'm gonna get to my spot. So he went to the same spot, did the same jumper. I'm a defender, you know what I'm saying? And knowing Lou Will from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, very popular guy, you know what I'm saying? Nice. Obviously, shout out to Lou Will, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no ill will. No ill will, yeah. But he went to shoot it again. I contested it even heavier, and I feel like he felt that. So when he kicked his foot, it came out, and I landed on top of one of his feet. My ankle started to twist, and the rest of his body weight came down on my foot. So I say break because the doctor told me, like, it would have been better if it broke. Because what happened was the way that he landed with all that weight on my foot as it was sideways, it deformed my bone. And it I had like a huge like hump in my bone. Like it was about to break.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it just didn't. And it was crazy, man, that caused a lot of issues with my foot and the way that I played. Like, if we were to pull up highlights, when I after that happened, when I went to Germany and stuff, I didn't look like the same me.
Right.
But like I said, the grind never stops. Through all those hard days.
What did they have to do to heal your foot? Just rest, or was there anything they could specifically do?
Combination of, I was booted for a while. Okay. 1.5, 2 months, something like that.
Okay.
So just icing and trying to do little therapeutic exercises and stuff like that. But honestly, I had a trainer that was just like bone scraping basically and smoothing the bone out. Because, yeah, it was crazy, man.
Yeah.
I remember, because I remember texting Pink, because one game for sure, but I want to say there was like several games for sure where you was really like balling. You know what I mean? With your stint with match. So how, like, what are you thinking in that time? Like,
so I mean,
and do you remember like any of the stats?
My favorite game was probably the game in Atlanta. playing
Yeah.
against the Hawks.
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that, and not only because it was back home, but you know it was my first NBA start too. You know what I mean? So you know most people would say like my favorite game was probably the first game that I got a bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think that game like holds near and dear to me because I was the first one at breakfast that morning. And as I'm walking in, Coach Mosley was just like, "Hey G, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "I'm good, man. I'm up and ready. I'm ready to go."
Facts.
And my mentality, you know, you just said something about that. Like I wanted to play against Trae Young. I think he ended up catching COVID, or at least saying he had COVID. I don't know.
He went in the game.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they were saying that some players were low key saying like they got COVID just to take some rest.
Right, I got you.
As well.
Okay.
But yeah, and Coach Mose was like, you know, after I said I'm good, he was like, "Well, I'm happy to hear you good because you starting tonight."
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. you ain't said nothing but a word. And yeah, man. I mean,
Now, when you get that news, do you go to like social media? Are you texting folks?
nah, man. I'm a real humble guy, man.
Okay,
I'm focused on the task at hand in that situation. I mean, the only person that probably would have known was probably like my homie Jalen Tobert. I mean, he came by the hotel that morning just to say what's up to me and stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, my pops, of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell my pops, but
Not the world, not anybody that ain't got your personal sale.
Let the world see it. Let the world see it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay.
No, I remember I was literally watching every game when you were with the team, but like I felt just objectively, I didn't think you had a bad game.
Yeah.
Like it was just super
I feel like I was
consistent level
solid
of
on both
performance.
ends.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was just and the way you play, and maybe you people don't know. Like to me, you are like a kind of a two-way all-around player.
Yes, sir.
Like over the course of a
Take pride in
game,
that.
you know, you'll play defense, you'll score some points, but you're also going to get some rebounds, some steals.
Most
You're going to dish around, and it's just I love players like that, like to just kind of fill up the stat sheet and kind of do a little bit of everything.
I'm bringing the effort. You know what I'm saying? And like touching back on what I said earlier about having dogs. You know what I'm saying? I view myself as a wolf. I eat dogs. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough dogs out here.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a touchy subject. Man.
I know it, man. I know it.
But nah, I'm definitely, every time I go out to play, I feel like I possess the abilities that God blessed me with to potentially get a triple-double. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm bringing that effort.
Yeah.
I'm going for boards. I'm diving 50-50 balls. You know what I'm saying? I'm on all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I don't have a problem taking on the best guard. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more than likely my matchup.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? In whatever league.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, speaking of HGH, your club recently posted a picture of you, and I was like,
the AI is crazy.
I was like,
man.
I didn't see these muscles on Monday night when we were at the game.
Hold on now.
I was like,
hold
whoa.
on. Come on now. I be in the gym though.
But no, tell me. I mean, that was a flattering picture.
Yeah,
I was like, yo.
So although it may be flattering as far as muscular, it's funny because the dude standing next to me definitely is not the same height as me. So, so I was offended by my height. Yeah, but no, that's my boy Shirzad, man. But,
That's funny. That's funny.
I'm mad Google don't give you a couple more inches, Paul, because I'm like, they do have it right, because you're about, what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, man, give my man like 6'5".
Yeah.
Because some
They
of them
do be
heights
capping.
be,
They
some
do
of
be
them,
capping.
you know what I mean? Some of them heights is crazy.
What did they say? Donovan Mitchell 6'4"?
Yeah. Nah.
No,
He don't look like it on
I don't
TV
think
either.
so.
What is he like?
I played him
eye to eye
at
with you?
AAU, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that's a long time ago. He could have, you know what I'm saying? He could have got taller.
But is he like basically your height?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude's feet, his feet are massive, bro. He
His
wears like a
feet?
size 16 or something like
For
that.
real?
For real?
That's
He's
crazy.
around my height. So,
Damn.
You would think he'd be like 6'7", 6'8".
It just didn't work out that way.
His offensive game is nuts.
Oh my God.
His offensive game is
Spider
nuts.
Mitchell, man. Yeah, it's funny because one of my coaches actually, I mean, I don't think that me and him have the same game, but as far as like being a better player in an NBA realm than a collegiate or a overseas realm, I feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like every time that I come back home from overseas and I'm playing in pro runs, or you know what I'm saying, when I did initially go overseas and then come back to the G League and then go, have my stint and whatever, I felt like, bro, I can take advantage of the space at any given moment.
So you do feel like that. You do feel like a player can produce more on the NBA level than college, depending on
for
certain
sure.
situations. Yeah.
Look at Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
He wasn't producing. Come on, what he's doing in the league now is something special for sure. At Louisville, I feel like he was a good guard.
I do. My feeling on the college game, and I'm interested for your perspective on this. I feel the college game is like overcoached and congested.
Oh my God!
And then the pro game, there's so much more space, and I feel that the players are given so much more autonomy to play.
Yeah,
is that a fair assessment of the situation?
I mean, the ruling alone, 3 seconds, you know what I'm saying, in the key, that makes a huge difference. Which is why I say collegiate or overseas, because the spacing is just it's totally different.
Right.
Excuse me.
I
don't feel like anybody. I feel like I can get past the first defender whenever I want. I'm always looking at the second and third line, and that's why I feel like I do have a great IQ and passing game. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm getting buckets, assists, and rebounds. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like I'm doing all that. And in the NBA spacing, it's much easier to read because you're able to get downhill and paint touches a lot more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Overseas, they pack in the paint. Some people playing zone. Like, I think it's corny sometimes to do that. But it's.
So does the overseas game is closer to like the college NCAA game as far as that goes?
But overseas guys, they got a different style to their game, and I feel like there's a lot more fundamentally sound players overseas. But we got all the super athletic. We started this.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure.
But
Richard Jefferson came out last week and said that like USA is really in trouble for the next go around. You feel like that too?
I do, and I feel like you got Wembenyama, you got Lucas, you got Giannis, you got you know what I'm saying. Like
they keep sprouting up out of nowhere.
You know what I'm saying. They are kind of like taking over to a degree, but I still look for hope in guys like John Morant's and Anthony Edwards and Jason Tatum's and Jaylen Brown's. You know what I'm saying? Like guys like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the USA can't lose, but we had this discussion coming out of the Olympics. Bub and I was like, you look, okay, well, yeah, Steph and LeBron and a lot of these guys are not necessarily going to be in the next Olympic Games, but those other teams have their own questions. They have guys that have been a part of their setup and valuable that are not going to be in the next Olympics as well. True. And so you can't compare what we just happened in 24 to what's going to happen in 28. It's going to be different on both sides. Mm-hmm. And I do think that we still have an advantage potentially of depth of talent, a deeper pool of players.
We're always
to
go
to.
Come on, man.
As far as that goes. So again, they could easily lose. They almost lost. The reality is they almost lost the two, in the semifinal or the final in this Olympics. So the idea of the U.S., automatically winning is long gone. Yeah. But I do think that other teams as well are going to have just as many issues.
If you're Tatum and Brown, do you feel some type of way and don't play? The problem is it's on U.S. soil too. Though. That's crazy.
No, you represent your country.
You
man.
represent, and they in Vegas,
you
right?
You go out and show.
L.A.
Why?
The Olympics will be in L.A.
LA.
Yeah.
I knew it was
you go out and show why you should be an option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, man. The French team.
Yeah, that's the France. That's the one they got.
France
and Canada. They said Canada.
Canada.
Canada too.
They got a lot of young talent.
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. France and Canada. They said.
I mean, who's France really losing? Like Nicholas Batum,
probably Batum and Fournier probably. He may not be.
Fournier can still play.
In another 3 years? I don't know. I'm just saying another 3 years.
I don't know. I mean, he's just a shooter for real. He just got to spot up.
Yeah.
The defense is questionable.
Yeah.
Hasn't it always been?
But when I'm looking at it, like again, he may not be the same player that he was in 24 and 28. And it creates a potential problem for them. Yeah. But again, if they have some younger guys like the Reisacker, who's in Atlanta, he's a French guy. Maybe he in 3 years he's ready to replace a Batum or something like that. We'll see the answers to those questions. But yeah, France is my second favorite country.
Oh yeah,
soccer. He's a big soccer guy.
Yes.
Yeah. You fool with soccer, Andy?
I do and don't like I did as a kid, because honestly I was better at soccer than any sport. I played everything growing up. But
I was gonna say in a different universe, you think you could have played soccer?
Most definitely.
Parallel.
Absolutely.
Well, I remember we were at B Rich's house, and like you were throwing a football to people
yeah,
out on the jet ski. Then he jumps on the jet ski and looks like a professional. and I'm like, is there anything you can't do when he got back on the dock? He's like, well, when I was a kid, baseball was really my sport. What the fuck's going on here? This is ridiculous.
Baseball. I loved pitching in baseball. I wasn't. As I got older and curveballs and stuff, like, different change-ups that look like they coming at you,
right.
I was like, I'm cool off of baseball. And it was just too slow of a game.
Oh, that was my beef with it.
I was actually better at soccer, like I said. I just felt like there's more ways to portray your God-given abilities in basketball, I feel like. I don't know. That's an argument for
not true,
whoever,
true.
but
no, for sure.
Just on both ends of the ball, I just feel like it's easier. And
yeah.
Soccer, there's 11 guys.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, 11. You got it. It's 11. It's 11. Yeah.
And football too. Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. All right. So you won. You said you've won 2 championships overseas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you coming back with the same ball club?
Yep.
Yeah. Have they made any changes to the team?
Yeah, we exchanged some different. We got some different players, and we're actually bumped up a league. We're going to Champions League.
Okay, so it's the difficulty is going to go up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Which is what I'm looking for at all times. Most definitely.
What does that do for like your career? Like, is it like and does it really matter which overseas league that you're in? Is it, you know what I mean?
That can be very talked about. Let's just say.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, there's different avenues, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I see this as like one of the last years that I probably like hardcore go for level of competition rather than chasing more money options. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot more money options, I feel like, in Asia than there is in like the European setting of basketball. But yeah, man, I mean, on top of already playing in the NBA, like I would love to play in EuroLeague. So right now, that's what I have been striving to work towards. And so I want to display my God-given abilities in Champions League this year, and hopefully.
So what? Okay, so your team won your domestic title.
Yep.
And that qualifies you for Champions League.
To a degree, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. But basketball in the country that I'm in is actually expanding at a fast rate, but it's just fairly newer as far as like popularity because they're more of a wrestling and soccer.
What country is that, by the way?
Azerbaijan.
That's
Baku, Azerbaijan. It's like Middle East kind of like it's across from China. Like the only thing that separates us is the Caspian Sea. You know what I'm saying? So it's next to like Turkey, Iran.
Okay. Got you.
Now, what teams are in the EuroLeague?
What you mean?
Well, is there a pathway at your current team that you could qualify for the EuroLeague, or would you have to go to a different team?
No, a team from EuroLeague. I mean, if you won the championship,
then you okay.
But that would be.
But the better move for you would be to play great this year, and then maybe attract the interest of a team that's already in the qualified for the EuroLeague.
Yeah, ideally.
How hard is it to get over there?
To get up to the EuroLeague?
Yeah, to the EuroLeague.
I mean, it's all professional sports are a political game to some degree, on top of the talent and who you know and stuff. You know what I mean?
So relationship based.
Yeah, again, I mean, I feel like I can play in EuroLeague just as much as I can play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
No, not so much your talent, but I get that is my question. Yeah, politically and relationship based. So So does your agent, your coaches, all of that play a factor in you getting over there?
I mean, even some people even say sometimes just luck. You know what I'm saying? Being in the right place at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, just displaying yourself and being seen by the right eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I heard you correctly, if that particular situation don't come up, we looking for the bag next.
Yeah.
I
got mouths to feed. I got things to do. I got
exactly.
life to live. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
for sure.
I'm gonna always be competitive regardless. Not to say that I'm gonna lack, that, because, I want to play basketball till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the game.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near thinking about
retirement.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in my prime. Like I'm feeling good.
So how did you like Azerbaijan as a country and living there?
Bro, it's a hidden gem, bro.
For real?
It's like a baby brother Dubai type of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Yeah.
We like it out there. And every everything's great out there. I like.
That's cool. That's nice.
Cause some people get over to wherever they're at overseas and they get the itches to come home. They don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'ma always choose the culture and the lifestyle that the American dream is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you come from a crazy place. Atlanta, that's different.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, man.
Okay. So you never had how many different countries have you been to play basketball?
I've been to Macedonia. I've been to Germany, Poland, Azerbaijan.
Rank them.
That's it.
As far as lifestyle, not the basketball wise, just
lifestyle for myself, or lifestyle of the cities.
Of the cities, you having fun, you loving the culture, the food, encompass all of that in your rankings.
Okay, so does like the ability to speak English and
however that place was comfortable or preferable for you, whether it's a combination of language, food, culture.
For example, like Macedonia was. I was there during COVID, so it's hard to kind of judge that place sometimes.
Right.
Although anything outside of the city of Skopje that I was in, which was the capital, was like third world. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't care to ever go there again necessarily, but I did enjoy their food.
Okay.
My apartment was cool. I mean, it was cool, but it's on the lower end of level of basketball. You know what I'm saying? But So Germany, the city I was in was not a big city.
What city were you in?
I was in Oldenburg.
Okay.
It's not a big city, although the fan base was dope.
Really?
Dope.
Oh yeah.
Like
they were really into it.
Yeah. For sure. German basketball, like those Germans love their basketball.
That's
for sure. And even in Poland, they love their basketball too. I ain't gonna lie. The fan base for the club that I played for, out there was amazing as well. But I'm not gonna lie. As far as like. At this point in my career, Baku is probably the dopest right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
like,
that's
feeling it. I mean, this is the first time that I'm doubling back on a city. So
yeah.
I like something about it.
Did they have a Formula One Grand Prix in Baku?
Yeah, every year.
Did you get to see it or?
Nah, I mean, the city's blocked off, and I was fairly new to the city
when it happened.
I didn't really get to see it like that. But you could see this. It was crazy seeing the helicopters swoop in and swoop out. Getting different camera angles and stuff like that.
Oh, and, like during the actual race, there's several choppers in the air.
We took a walk. My wife and my son. We took a walk to the mall, and it was just crazy because you just see the heli like dive down, like
catching the footage and all that.
Crazy, yeah.
You got to try to go this year, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because one of
get it in your contract.
Well, I signed a 2-year already. That stuff's already set in stone. It was a 1+1, but it was a 2-year deal.
This about to be the second year coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a 1+1 player option, so it was my choice to return or not.
Cool.
That's what's up.
It's been good for my family. It's been good to me, and it's beautiful, dog. Like I said, it's a hidden gem. So
you ever came across like over your whole time playing overseas? You ever came across like a player that you knew that you didn't know was over there too?
Like you pull up to the game and all of a sudden it's like, oh hey man, I know you.
Ooh, put me on the spot.
Or is it because it's hard to envision it because it seems like okay, you go over there and it's just like all guys on your team from that country that speak that language.
Okay,
like, how do you fit in? Do you ever come across anybody?
Put me on the spot, like it was hard to think about, but just a quick thought, like okay, whenever I played like a little summer league in DR, seeing Quade Green over there.
Okay.
He's a Kentucky guy. You know what I'm saying? Real good player. Seeing him over there was crazy. I'm trying to think. Now that you say that, I mean, honestly, I've met so many new talent and discovered so many players that have maybe not exactly the same story as me, but similar stories. You know what I'm saying? Guys that played in the league stuff too. But I never met them before. But I mean, it's talent everywhere, man. It's crazy how many hidden gems there are. Yeah. And like we were talking about earlier, just opportunity, right place, right time, who you know, and I think just building on your brand and making yourself known to the world and being seen by that right person.
For sure.
For sure. That's what's
making sure you maximize the opportunity, obviously, when it's given.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely
but, on the reverse side, that's the hard part of when you do feel like you were maximizing the opportunity and you
Still
don't
didn't
get
go your
no
way.
money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too
All
bad.
right. Well, we're gonna get you out of here soon. You had any follow-up questions?
No,
Before we
I'm
get
glad
on
we
the
finally
man.
pulled this off.
saying?
We were talking
man,
about it for a
yeah,
couple
man,
years.
man,
So,
I
hey.
would love to do it again,
Yeah, man.
Nah,
Definitely.
yeah, we
Enjoyed
definitely,
it.
we
Enjoyed
definitely
it.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
So you're not holding, you can't hold on for the Ace playoffs.
No, actually,
Yeah,
nah.
you gotta get.
I gotta jet out, man. That's the
Yeah.
unfortunate part about the summer. I feel like it gets cut off too
It does.
soon.
It
like
does
I was
very
saying
quick,
earlier,
very quick.
Yeah.
But we were glad to get you out for one game.
Nah, for real.
Nah, for
Nah,
real.
I have fun out there, man. I
Yeah.
mean, and I think that was the first game I lost in the Ace.
I think it was.
I don't think
It
I
was.
lost the game in
Yeah,
the
I know
Ace
you
before
didn't.
the
You
other
didn't.
day.
You didn't.
Broke an undefeated streak.
Two-time champ.
So KP's the only undefeated player in the Ace now.
Oh, okay. That
Because it was you too. It was you.
KP's one of those guys that's overseas
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah.
You telling me
for sure.
KP can't be an NBA player?
Yeah.
Stop it.
That's crazy.
Stop
That's
it.
crazy. Yeah, he did well in the
Stop
Olympics.
it.
Yeah, he did. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he
I
played for
saw
what?
it.
Montenegro, right?
Montenegro. Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, man. I was actually I was about to pull up on him today at the runs. But, I was lifting weights and
Is that because he played for that country, or he has some type of historical roots?
I think
to that country?
I think he played in the
for
country,
a team in there,
and I think they expressed an interest in naturalizing
So
him
you
for
could- you could
purposes
do
of
that.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can get naturalized in some states.
Yeah,
I
for
know.
sure.
I know some. I know this one dude. Dang, what's his name? I don't know, but he got a Polish passport and he plays for the Polish team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
No.
Would you do that, or your USA pride too strong?
No, for the right country for sure.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Not being an NBA guy, you're probably not gonna get that opportunity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Too often. So
That's my view on it, because it's like if you have the opportunity, if you're in a position like you, a talented guy overseas, and somebody Azerbaijan or somebody says, hey, we want to play the Euros or play the qualifications, see if we can make the Olympics, and you do, what other opportunity do you have to go to the Olympics?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, that's why I'm sure that's why some guys that are in the NBA that didn't get a USA opportunity go to figure out routes and stuff like that so that they can
For
play
sure.
for the country. You know
For
what I'm saying?
sure.
So,
Yeah,
for sure. I mean,
you got one life, man. You want to make the most of it.
So the first place I ever went overseas was with my mom, and it was Italy. So I always said, shoot, I would play with the Italian
team.
national team if they gave me the opportunity.
Yeah, why not?
I lived there for 2 years in my childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you were there for 2 years.
Yeah, I was 6 years old and 8 years old.
Oh, cool,
And that's
okay.
another reason why I was the best at soccer.
True, you were in the right area.
That's what they was really.
They get it in over there.
You had the Kobe route.
That's why I like
was,
being. I like being.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
was his
That's
story.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
All right.
Well, I know you got some plans. We don't want to hold you
for
up,
sure,
but thank
man.
you so much.
Appreciate
for
you, man. I
coming
really
on,
do
man.
appreciate you
For
coming
sure.
through, man.
sure,
already
love.
know, man.
Safe travels.
Next time I come through, I love to join you guys
Yes,
again, man.
anytime,
man.
It's only on
anytime.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, only. But
we could,
we could
for
clear
you,
the
we'll
studio,
make something happen,
yeah, if
man.
there's-
Bring
yeah.
us a signed
Yeah, man.
jersey or something, man. You know,
Oh, I can do that.
yeah.
For
Get
sure.
you number 12 Magic jersey.
There you
Yes, sir.
go.
I like it.
There you
Grab
go.
it
I
on the
like
back.
it.
I'll
I
do
like
that.
it.
All right, appreciate you,
for
man.
sure.
All right.
I'm gonna hold you to that too.
Nah, for sure.
You know, I be in the
You gotta
club
hang it
still,
up though.
man.
You gotta show me.
Nah, I
what
gotta
it
wear it, man. I gotta wear it.
Bubs-
Oh, you gotta wear
I'ma
it.
wear
Then it might be 3X.
Yeah. My little small, my little small apartment, man. Ain't anybody coming through to see that. I gotta be seen, man. I gotta be seen, man.
You can wear it once, then you gotta hang it.
All right. That's bad.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Love.
All right. We good, man. Appreciate you now.
For sure, fam.
All right, now. Let's see here.
That was dope, man.
Nah, for
Let's
sure,
get
for sure.
Don't forget your hat.
Yeah. Cause I ain't gonna do nothing but steal it. I ain't gonna mail it to you.
Might not make it.
He'll hold it hostage for the jersey.
Oh man, y'all have a good time. Good night, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Next time, man. You know it. Pleasure. All right now. Nah, he left. I think he left. Yeah. Yeah. All right, you good. Let me
Yeah.
All right now. I want to give a quick shout out here, and I have it pulled up here. Shout out to Sinclair's BLS, okay, Made Easy LLC. Okay, you're gonna get 10% off. So what she does, okay, is she certifies individuals with a certificate that can be used throughout the state of Florida to pass meds and ALFs. Okay, it's a 6 hours course here. that can be renewed every year by taking. Okay, it's 6 hours, and okay, it can be renewed every year by taking a 2-hour course. All right. Now, listen, man. Med Tech initial renewal, CPR, BLS, first aid, AED trainings. You're home. You ain't doing nothing. Get you some money. Okay, hit up Alexias here and get certified and start making you some money on the side, man. This is really good. All right. Yeah. Check her out. All right, now that was really good, man. Hassani is good.
Yeah, I told you.
He talks about different stuff. He don't mind saying certain things. I like that.
No, I do.
I like that. Now we're gonna speed through a couple of topics here. Well, we don't speed. We're gonna make sure we talk and give it its just due. Okay. Let's get to a couple of the most trending here. Excuse me. Where is it at? Of course, in Jacksonville. You have the crazy police officer story here. You had to have seen the video by now, right?
Now, I saw the original video. I saw something. There's another angle. Did you see that?
Yes. So it's been multiple angles been released. Also, you have he's came out and talked. I had that, but he's not really saying much. He's just saying, I was afraid. I was scared for my, I was scared and this, that, and the other. Yeah. And explaining the situation. And then also the police chief in Jacksonville, he was coming out, and I'm going to play this. There's no audio here anyway. Yeah. But this is the video. But Jacksonville sheriff says the officer seen in the viral video, beating this man here during his arrest, did not break the law, and accuses the man of intending to turn the public against the police. Okay.
We already done did that.
and this is so nuts on all fronts. And I hope YouTube doesn't fraction us for playing that video. I mean, it's the police. You got to fraction them. Send them the bill. Yeah. Okay. It's just so nuts. And the original video also has audio, so you can hear it, and so he's not saying anything crazy, and he's not doing anything crazy. Right. Right. And at the moment where the police bust the window, he's just asking, "Hey, where is your supervisor? Can I speak to your supervisor?" Right. And then that's when the guy punched the glass. I don't know how is this not illegal? If he doesn't have a weapon on him. Yeah. If he's not posing any threat.
The problem with law enforcement is this fixation on compliance. And they take this view that if you say something, hey, you need to do this, and you don't do it, suddenly you're a danger. That's the way they're treating it. You smash a window because there's a potential of harm being done. Yeah. And it's not just you smash the window, which again should only be done if there's some reasonable threat of harm either to the officer or if somebody else were in the car. If somebody is in the car and they're maybe being held captive, a window smash and grab is completely acceptable behavior. But a solo guy who you can see, who is sitting serenely.
Yes, no tinted windows.
No tinted windows, no whatever, and you smash the window, that's just ego. Yeah. That should not be permissible. But to me, like the next action is the most disgusting, is punching him in the head. Yeah. For nothing.
After the window grab. Right.
Give you the benefit of the doubt.
On the window.
Let's just say you give you the benefit of the doubt. You need to get this guy out of the car. Yeah. Well, maybe breaking the window is a part of that puzzle. Then you can open the door and then you can remove the guy. But the punch is not part of any of that. Yeah. The punch does nothing to secure the guy or move him in any way. And the punch is just self-serving nonsense.
His seatbelt is still on. Yeah. So it's not like you're punching him because he might lunge at you or do something. Exactly. It's only so much he can do. Yeah. And you've already established he has no weapons. You don't see any, and he's telling you he doesn't have any. So there's not that. And so he has a seatbelt on. It's not like he's going to do anything that can really harm you for real. Right. And you do the punch. Now, and then after the punch, you forcibly pull him out, and then you jump him. That's
exactly.
Like two of the
that's
police
what they do.
Are getting on him, and I'm pissed. At the two black cops that come in afterwards, and it's just watching this the whole thing, and I didn't really see them, actually punch it. I just saw the two other white cops doing the actual whatever, violence, but still you're there. Like, damn, we don't have any. There's just no hope. You got 2 police officers there that's not doing anything to stop it, and then you got this idiot police chief who's doing his nonsense talking. I don't want to hear if you're the chief and you're not going to come up and say, hey, yeah, those guys really messed up, or hey, those guys came back and I whooped their ass for you guys. Hey, if you're not going to say any of those 2 things, I don't even want to hear you. What are you talking about? Well, he's trying to turn the public against the police. We should be against you. There's no explanation. He's trying to explain the video. There is no explanation. No. The only thing is, hey, my guys fucked this one up. We messed this one up.
And that's it. That fundamental thing that you just did, the acceptance of accountability and apology, like that has done that. The inability to do that has done so much to basically give the bad reputation to the police. Because it's understandable. Like, how many police officers do we have in the country? Probably tens of thousands, probably. There's going to be some idiots in that group. And there's going to be some guys that do some fucked up shit. But if you have to, like, basically go into gymnastics positions to try to support a bad actor, you have no credibility. If you can own that this officer screwed this up, he needs to be held accountable for it, whether it's losing the job, suspension, or criminal charges against him. That's what has to happen. When you own and accept the responsibility for your bad actors, now you can kind of be trusted.
Yeah.
There's always, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all make bad decisions at different times. But it's the police's just abject refusal to accept any accountability when something happens badly that just undermines their entire thing.
No, 100%. Two other things here, because I have an experience in Jacksonville too, but I've been reading a lot of the comments, and of course you're going to get the other side of things with these type of issues here, and the people are like, they're saying, oh, this guy's really milking it, there's nothing, and it's like, and they really are trying to make the police look bad, and this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, it's kind of like, if a car hits me from behind or whatever and makes damage to the car, yeah, maybe my back is hurt a little bit, but yes, now my back hurts a ton. You know what I mean? But in this case, I don't even see the parallel, because we see the actual violence that is being done. Now, this guy, he does a good job of not really being fazed by these punches. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's not like they're not even like making any impact to him.
Yeah.
So
he might want to get a career in that slap boxing.
You know what I mean?
he might be the type of guy that could do well in that.
He might do well in that. Yeah, man. And so you got that part. But yeah. So, and then the other thing is, it's what's funny is I have this shirt on. This is an Edward Waters shirt, because my freshman year I went to Edward Waters in Jacksonville. And now with me though, I had this, this is what I was rapping. So I had this Jeep, and the Jeep, the tinted windows were crazy. They were like 2%, super dark. You couldn't see it. And the sun was right on top of the window. You couldn't see it. And I had speakers all over the car. So I had 2 16s in the back, and I had outside speakers, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So it was the loudest fucking truck in the world. And
certainly in all of Duval.
And so I'm pulling into my dorm at the time. I'm pulling into my dorm, and a cop is pulling me over, right? Cop is pulling me over. All of a sudden, though, I look in the rearview, one cop pulling me over. All of a sudden, when I get to pulling over, all of a sudden it's like 10. 10 turns to like literally like 13, 14 police cars.
Yeah.
And then a guy comes up with a gun, like with a gun
drawn.
Yeah, with a gun drawn, walking up to the vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's like, show me your hands, roll down the window and show me your fucking hands, put them on the steering wheel. And then now they're surrounding the whole vehicle. You got a couple in the front, some on the side. Well, apparently there's like a big time like fucking drug dealer that has a black Jeep with dark tint.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, because
but they make me get out the car. They make me get on the ground.
Yeah.
All in front of the dorm. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 17, 18 years old. This is like fucking. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that is the same exact nonsense that they do all the time. My son Camden, he at one point was pulled out of his car, put on the ground because somebody fit some description. Like, bullshit.
Yeah.
That's not it. There's probably not a drug dealer in Duval that had a matching vehicle. But that's what they say when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's always you know, there was a description of somebody. I remember reading an article about, it was like a professor in Boston, a black professor in Boston was walking in a public area and, you know, fit the description and was like confronted and taken down. It's like, no, this is not acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same shit these ICE people are doing. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the sad reality is that is the culture of law enforcement in this country.
Yeah,
That's what they do. And they shouldn't be granted grace, you know, when they fuck it up. They should be held absolutely accountable.
No, they should. I need both of those cops fired, removed, and I need a huge payday for my man here. I need a huge payday for my man.
And if he wants to break you off a piece.
You know what I mean? That's the bare minimum what I need.
But the other one that always stays in my head was the Markeith Lloyd thing.
Yeah.
And granted, he killed a cop. He killed a person. He killed two people, really. He deserves to be prosecuted for that. And there was a manhunt in this city. But the video I'll never forget is when he finally comes crawling out of a house. He gets assaulted.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
He
Assaulted
was
is not really the word. It's I mean, he got
basically took his eye.
Yeah, they got beat to shit.
Yeah. I mean, for what though?
Yeah.
And this guy's guilty as hell.
Do you know they didn't stop there?
I'm sure they didn't.
No, I saw on I saw yesterday. You know, he has a son, and his son was arrested for like whatever, like it was drug charges and a gun charge. Which, number one, he was released because it was like all a farce, right? It wasn't like
the charges couldn't even bring the charges.
No, and they beat his ass too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
so
they
all of that
they
for no
probably
fucking
knew
reason.
exactly who it was.
He looks just like him.
Yeah, but
he's just a lighter shade, but he looks exactly like him.
Knew who this guy was, and they were gonna do their thing, and that is not policing.
Yeah.
The job is to protect and to serve.
Yeah.
And hunting people down, is not part of the job. Yeah. And, when you get your guy, even when you got the right guy for the right reason, beating the piss out of him is not part of the job.
Yeah.
Like, you got to understand what you're doing. And you don't get grace from people, and you shouldn't if you can't play within those parameters.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old adage. It's like going to a McDonald's and getting a bad whatever, person that's giving you your food. It's like, you want to work here, you signed up for this. You got to be able to do the job without all of the extra foolishness.
Yeah.
If not, find a different career.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But that's nuts, man. I when I first saw it, honest to God, I thought it was one of those.
This video.
Yeah. This video right here with the Jacksonville guy. Honest to God, I thought it was an AI video.
Okay.
Because we've been seeing a lot of that. Matter of fact, you just sent me one today, a funny one.
Damn it.
And
I hate getting taken by the AI video.
You didn't know?
No.
Oh yeah, that's clearly an AI video. Oh,
wait,
okay.
what was it? I can't remember.
The last one, literally the last video you sent to me with the yeah. And I thought it was an AI video because they've been going crazy with those. And then all of a sudden I started seeing it on the news and on this. I was like, oh, just damn. And was that a police cam, or was that him, or was that his phone?
That angle had to have been his phone. The angle that we looked at.
Yeah.
Because it was clearly coming from inside the vehicle,
like a dash, like on a dash.
Yeah, dash cam or something like that.
Because it always surprised me. Like, I wonder like how many of these things go on. Because whenever I get pulled over, which I just got a speeding ticket the other fucking night.
Damn.
By the way, in Central Florida, they have this thing going for like the summer. They have a name for it. But they're pulling over like every single car imaginable for speeding, even if it's just a few over. It's the summer slow down pal or something like that they're calling it. But anyway, it's for you guys who don't know, they're doing that, and I was one of the first people caught. But anyway, so I always wonder like how many people in the world gets that kind of treatment, but there's no video because I'm like I never think to pull out my phone and record.
Well, some people have taken to pulling out the video themselves so that they have a record of what goes down.
Sure.
And sometimes you will get like a witness, like somebody who's not pulled over.
Oh yeah,
And they will put a
just
camera
around
up or whatever. And usually there's aggressive behavior towards that person.
Yeah.
You know, like if somebody's pulled over and I'm walking by and I decide, well, hey, let me film this and make somebody accountable.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of videos that are like, you know, police coming at them, threatening them. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. Well, that's crazy. I definitely want to follow up, see what's going to happen with that. All right. Now, another trending viral story that was a few days ago was this the WNBA. So they had their All-Star game. I put a post up on Facebook, told you I was watching it. And they had these shirts on in the warm-ups, pay us what you owe us. Now, the
They
reason why
for all the years that you owed us.
and the reason why this is because their bargain agreement is coming up soon, right? So and I didn't put two and two together because about what was that, about maybe a month ago we talked about Angel Reese had a comment that basically was that same thing, pay us what you owe us type of thing.
That's right.
And we talked about it for a little bit, but I thought it was just a comment in passing, you know what I mean, because they had been doing well in numbers, but that's what's going on. Their bargaining agreement is coming up, and their current share. So, for example, the NBA. I've been doing a lot of reading on this. So, the NBA players have a 50% share. Okay, of revenue. Okay, WNBA players have a 9% share of revenue. Right. So that is going to be the sticking point. Oh, not sticking point, but that's what they're trying to get increased, and that's what's going to increase their pay. Right. And
to put in context, I think that this is worth noting.
Okay.
Because I think like somebody who's not in the know, like pay us what you owe us or equal pay, and they will think, well, the WN players want to make like $60 million a year.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's
That's not the case, but yeah.
It's not it. It's based on the revenue.
Yeah.
So 50% of NBA revenue could be top end $60 million contracts. 50% of WNBA revenue could be $2 million. I don't know the numbers.
Yeah, whatever. It is.
But that would in some context that would be equal pay based on your percentage of your revenue pie.
Yeah.
So that's that's certainly one way to look at it. It's not necessarily saying that that Caitlin and Asia Wilson need to make what LeBron and Steph Curry are making, but it's based on the revenue the league generates. But it's my understanding, and if your reading has verified or contradicted this,
I've read everything
that the league is losing money and has lost money for a number of years.
Hand over fist, yeah.
So, that alone probably explains why the player revenue is 9%, because you're basically, you're already operating at a loss.
Yeah.
If you're going to increase their share of the revenue,
you're going to lose more.
It'll become a catastrophic
from
loss.
the owners. Yeah, from the owner's perspective, and that is true.
If you lost, just quick math on this. If the league lost $10 million operating, and then you were going to raise them from 9 to 50%, you're going 400% on that. That now becomes $50 million lost dollars.
Yeah,
and that's nobody wants to do that.
Definitely not rich people. They're not going to do that.
Well, nobody. I guess if you had $50 million to lose, you're
idiots will lose
different
it.
spot.
Idiots will lose it, but rich white people, old white people, they're not going to lose that type of money. But there's a couple of things on that, right? And that is correct. So there's like a double-sided thing on here, and our guy who's been on the show, Tony, he's on the wrong side of it. He thinks WNBA players should get paid whatever they're asking for, and I just think that is ludicrous to a degree, though. I'm kind of in the middle. I can't decide because listen, yes, they've been losing money, number one, and that's bad, right? And then also not only that. But then you have the aspect of, okay, on the other side of things, you got to look at it like this. Even though they're losing money and then you take into account the ratings are and have been higher in this season, right? Okay. And over the last 2 seasons. So from the WNBA perspective and from business perspective, you really don't go on the history and in the past. You go on the future. And even if you really think about it, like that's honestly how contracts work. Like they don't pay guys for what they've done. They pay guys for what they think they're going to do and all of that stuff. You can look at it in every business form. So what they're saying is, okay, we have 2 years of grown attendance ratings. We have a new TV deal that's coming in because of
Is the new
the
TV
ratings.
deal already done?
No, it's
so-
coming, but it's confirmed to be coming in.
Right, and
Right?
and it should be a better deal based on
It
the
will be
increased ratings.
will be a much better deal, and so they're looking at that and saying, okay, we deserve more because this is coming and it's confirmed to be coming. All right. But then you still have the other side. Well, okay, but we've lost money every year we've been in existence. That's not good. So I'm stuck in between because I do understand what they're saying, but I do understand about the lost money part. Now,
But
here's what, and let me get to this because ultimately I think I'm on. I don't think their raise should be any significant level because here goes the honest truth about the WNBA and the growth over the last couple of years. It's not a WNBA growth, if they're going to be honest. It's a Caitlin Clark growth. You look at every number, every metric is pinned towards her. She's the All-Star game this year. Last year she was a part of it. This year there was like almost a 30% decrease. She didn't play.
because she didn't play.
You look at the ratings when she got at the time she got hurt, all the way up until now. There's damn near a 40 to 50% decrease in ratings.
Her injury this season.
So
you had established ratings at a certain level.
While she was
she's
playing.
hurt, and you see an immediate decline.
The massive decline.
Yeah.
A massive decline. And so that's what's going on. It's not a WNBA growth. It's a Caitlin Clark growth. And because of that, some players receive, a little more like whatever we know about some of the other players when they play Caitlin Clark or whatever. And so that's tricky. I'm with paying Caitlin Clark what you owe her. And for whatever it is, we know the reason. We talked about it 1,000 times. It's not because of basketball. She's not the best player in basketball. She's not top 5 player in WNBA basketball. But it's life. It is what it is. She's the ticket for whatever reason for the and we know it's because of the Angel Clark incident, because of the Angel Reese incident that happened in college, and then she just maintained that level of popularity since then, because of the Magna community and all of that stuff. And not only that, they've encompassed the rest of us, even me. I've been watching more since that incident. They pulled me into that, you know what I mean, into the viewing pool, and now, so pay Caitlin what you owe her. The rest of them, I don't know, man.
But you can do a deal that has triggers to it. Like you can do a deal that, like, let's just say, we'll do a deal right now that moves it to 12 or 15% instead of 9. And then if the league is functioning at like a break-even level, then the revenue bumps to like 25%. Then if you're profitable to whatever, like you can create a deal that has a pathway to 50%, but it's based on league profitability, hitting certain measures there, and not just generically guaranteeing 50% of an entity that's losing business.
You know what's scary about that? Those deals, they last so long. They're usually like somewhere between 7 to 10 years.
Are they that long?
They're long, man. At least
it was 4 or 5
NBA, NFL.
years.
No, I could be wrong.
Okay, I thought it was 4 or
They're
5
a little
years.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it
you
may
can
be
also
like 5 to 7.
you can also well, but
Shorter,
to me, if you structure the deal in tiers based on revenue and
then that won't
profitability,
matter as much.
it wouldn't really matter.
It won't matter as much. Because my and the reason why I bring that up is because what if Caitlin can't play in another 2 years or so?
For sure.
I'm not sure the league survives. I'm saying if they increase. I'm saying
if they make a singular increase to, let's say, 30%,
right,
and they're stuck with that for maybe a 7-year window.
That's what I'm saying.
And Caitlin Clark's whatever injury, whatever, out of the league in 3 years, they've still got 4 years on that deal without the cash cow.
Yeah.
And what do they do in that situation?
That's what I'm saying.
I guess you could have Jaden Daniels tag Juju and hope his NFL style. He doesn't have a sophomore slump.
You still would need Juju to do something with one of the popular white athletes.
Yeah,
Because that's really what's fueling this is the race thing. So you still
for
need
sure.
that racial component.
For sure.
But the Jaden thing will help.
Yeah. Gotta have something. I don't know.
You gotta have something.
But no, I agree with you. Like it's not appealing for the league to be in a significant increase without any sort of conditions to it for a 7-year period.
It's funny because it's a great opportunity and a great time for the WNBA players, but it's a scary moment for the owners, because it's like, damn, do I want to commit and get into a long-term relationship with these hoes? That's a joke. That's obviously as a setup to
that
a
was
joke.
well played, man.
Yeah.
Expert setup, brother.
I've been working on it.
Yeah. Now you might be ready for the stand-up. Ready to return to stand-up. Bubba's not so long away to return. But yeah, no, I think that it's a lot of interesting questions because again, is the growth sustainable? Is it as we feel probably tied more to one player and a racial identity than actual basketball product? Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough. But and again, it's like at the end of the day, it's even in its best characterization, it's going to be like a niche market.
Anyway,
it's not going to match the NBA in viewership ever. It's not going to touch the NFL, baseball even. It's going to be a niche market. Can it be a consistent, solid niche market? Potentially, but again, you got to have and I don't know the answer to this question. Are the WNBA teams owned independently? Or they owned as like a league? I know when the MLS, the Major League Soccer in the United States started, the league owned all the teams. And it kind of dispersed talent accordingly and whatever. And they thought that was the best way to break in and have some sustainability because you didn't necessarily have independent owners who were willing to invest the type of money.
So that's what you're saying in comparison to like Mark Cuban owned the Mavs.
Correct.
Okay.
It was like the NBA owned all 30 teams.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm pretty sure the NBA
as opposed
owns.
The NBA. Well, okay, that's even different. If the NBA owns. And if you have do the Lakers own the women's team? Do the Bulls own the women's team?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think it works like that. No.
So yeah, I mean that's what you got to look in terms of ownership. If you've got individual owners, who are just wealthy business guys, they're, the thing that's worked in sports, even as costs have gone up. Team valuations have continued to go crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a scenario.
Even their teams have increased. WNBA teams. Yeah.
Okay.
The value.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was going. If you are consistently unprofitable and you're not, there's no real pathway forward. How do you value those teams? Who's going to come in and buy, the Chicago team or whatever team when there's no track record of profitability and who are you competing with to own a team? Now, if you're talking an NBA team and an NFL team, there's a lot of people that would love to be in position to own a team. And they get vetted and it's kind of competitive. But if in WNBA, who's in that market to buy and own those teams?
Let me see something. Now, the team that Caitlin Clark is on, Indiana, that guy, he does own the Pacers and the Indiana women's team.
Okay.
Now, the Atlanta Dream are currently owned by ownership group led by Larry and so they are independent. So
okay.
it may just vary, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So they're not attached to the NBA at all. These guys.
But
all right.
Yeah. No, but that's again that's another thing of how you make money in sports and does it make sense to buy an NBA or a WNBA team?
Yeah.
It certainly makes sense to buy an NBA team.
Well, I think because now they're saying that there is interest, but I think there's interest because of where they're at now and where they're projecting that the numbers will last and increase from here.
Yeah.
So yeah. So maybe not a few years ago, but now there is.
Well, you look at one of the most interesting deals in modern sports. David Beckham, who was a British soccer player. Big star overseas. Late in his career, he went to the LA Galaxy in the American League of Soccer, MLS. As part of his contract, he received a salary. He also received the right to purchase a franchise for, I believe, a capped price of $25 million. So after he finished playing, they would allow him to buy a franchise. He bought the Miami franchise,
Right.
which has grown, and they have Messi and a bunch of his friends, and it's probably worth somewhere I've heard maybe $400 to $500 million. So David Beckham profited literally $400 to $475 million on that deal.
Yeah.
Because the value
Because
was
of
so low at the time.
At the time.
And he locked in that ability.
So that could
to
be
buy.
like similar to what
I mean,
it can be,
potentially that could be something
Yeah.
that
I see the parallel.
Yeah.
I see the parallel. Let me see here. So you got Chris saying the NBA owns 50% of the league.
Okay.
And then ownership does vary. So just like I said, okay.
Okay.
Done teams are included NBA team purchase. Okay. Then you got a guy, Adam, who was saying that he was talking about that Lakers thing earlier.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent, Marcus Smart, Jake, Max Kleber, basically all liabilities on defense. Get LeBron out. All offensive. Okay. All right. Let's move it. Keep it moving along here. I got quite a few more. Shannon Sharpe. Okay, he this is another viral thing that was a few days ago. So he settles for that $50 million lawsuit with the woman who accused him of rape. And then over there on the left side, I have she's retiring from OnlyFans after the settlement.
They're gonna hang her panties from the rafters.
She's like, now I get to focus on other business ventures and stuff like that. Now I can put this behind me. Now,
do we know what the number was?
The number has not been released. I don't think it will be.
Yeah.
There's different rumors. I've heard a rumor of 20 million, and I've heard a rumor of like around 5 million. Okay.
I'd be shocked if it was more than 5 or 10.
Yeah, I would too. I told Ray that this earlier today. I said I just highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's around 3 to 5, for various different reasons. And Shannon, and here goes the thing. The thing about Shannon is he's, I do think he bounces back, but I don't know how soon. He's such a strong personality, and he's so funny. He's so dope, and he's kept his YouTube thing going with Nightcap for sure. And he's still done a few interviews in between this time as well. So that's Uncle Shay Shay or something like that. So the ESPN thing. Now he was never fired. He'll be
suspension.
back. Not even a suspension. He'll be back for the NFL season. Right,
okay.
So he's taking time off until NFL season,
which is rolling up very quickly.
Which is rolling up really quickly. So he did get this out of the way,
and I wouldn't be surprised if those two things are connected.
You know what I mean?
That there was some pressure applied to, if you really want to be part of this NFL season, you need to make this go away.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if they bring him back or not. But Sharpe, man, he just this I'm sure he learned so much from this. I was telling what did I want to?
But
go ahead,
does he though?
Huh?
But does he? Like I always wonder, because if you like if messing with that kind of girl is kind of your thing, it's kind of like an addiction.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that you just one went wrong and now I'm just I ain't doing that ever again. I just don't. I don't think that's how we behave as people. So if something's our thing, there are times when something traumatic enough happens that it does pivot you completely somewhere else. But a lot of times, you're still you. You still have your days.
I basically said the same thing here. So I'm gonna tell you really quick. So BluRaye said 20 million just to keep her quiet. SMH, not because he didn't do anything wrong, just because he doesn't want his business out in the street. He a sucker for allowing the settlement to go through. And I said, 20 was a lot. But number one, she has her and her company have those videos of them, them, whatever. And I know, I could tell just by how this case went that they are pretty graphic. And then you got to think about this too. At the same time that this is going on, the whole Diddy thing is going on. Yes. So you got videos of him doing crazy things to her. I think sexually wise, don't get me wrong, and his argument is consensual, but it's crazy things. And then you got the Diddy thing going on at the same time. Yeah. It's a bad look if those videos get out. Is what my point. But then I said, okay, he He's really dumb though. For I was like, why are you so obsessed with taping yourself with random chicks? Because you got the live video too, where he's with the one chick in the bed. Like, why are you so like? You are a popular figure. Like, yeah, I know people tape themselves, but how many guys, single guys, really tape themselves with like these random one night or whatever, like side chicks? Or whatever?
This wasn't really apparently a one nighter.
No, it wasn't.
Like a side piece type.
It was a side piece. Yeah, it was a side piece type of thing. But she's so young. Yeah. She's a white young girl. I don't know. I wouldn't be taping myself. Again, he's a public figure, so he's different than just your normal single guy that's hitting the clubs every night.
No,
so,
when you were
that's weird.
When
man.
you are
not weird, but it's just
it is
dumb.
weird. It
it's
is
dumb.
weird. It is weird and it's dumb. Like if you are like a celebrity level figure and you have some money, you have to come to the grips with the fact that you are a target.
Yeah, and
you have to live your life accordingly, and you have to make good decisions in that context, because no doubt you are absolutely a target to some people, and you can't be oblivious to that and put yourselves in all these weird situations. That's just a reality of being at that level of fame and that level of wealth.
Without the video, she doesn't get anything.
Most likely not.
She doesn't get anything without those videos.
Yeah, most likely not.
And so, like, she's a millionaire just for having sex. You know how many girls, like say for example, like Drake knocks off. Yeah. Like, we know it, the numbers, like, it's astronomical. But he probably does 20 times the number that Shannon Sharpe does. But he's not coming across these type of situations, I'm sure, because he takes precaution. I'm sure he's not videotaping, you know what I mean? Like, that's just silly, man. Well, and that's the part I think he learns from moving forward. That's what I was bringing this all around circle
hopefully
to
he
that.
learns that. Hopefully he learns that.
Yeah.
But we've said it many times for Drake. Like, he's really done an exceptional job of managing his affairs. I mean, like the Pusha T when the baby and all that came out, that was a bit of a hit. Yeah. And then some of the stuff Kendrick said, okay, but right now there's no video. There's nothing.
There's no
conclusive
allegations. There's no video. There's no court cases. There's just
it kind of was just in
fodder.
An echo chamber.
Yeah.
So that's one thing about it. He's done a good job of that. But I think you do. Yeah, my guy Mbappe was alleged to have done something inappropriate with the girl, and it was whatever. But it kind of hasn't gone anywhere. It may be gone. I don't know. Yeah. But like his team basically said, like, this couldn't have happened this way because he's never alone. Like he exists in a way, like he always has people around him. There's always somebody, whether they're a potential witness in his favor or maybe they're somebody that, pulls him to the side and says, not tonight. This is what we need to do. Like, I don't know quite how that team operates.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's part of the reality when you're at that level of superstardom and finance. Like, you have to really conduct yourself in a way that you got to realize you are going to be a target. People will look at you and see money, and that whether it's sex or something else is going to find a way to get close to that.
Yeah,
No,
for sure. Like I said, I watch Nightcap pretty consistently, and the first change I've noticed, because when you used to watch Nightcap before this thing started, before this case, before you even get to the show, there was like what it felt like 15, 20 minutes of just him doing different ads. He'll do it at the beginning. It'd be this company, that company, that company, and then he'll start the show. And then ever since this, it just gets right to the show. Right. That's one of the first things I noticed, because he always did it at the very beginning.
That's funny.
So I wonder now, with this squared away, will he regain either some of those that he lost or regain some new ones?
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's not like, I guess is this him being guilty? I don't know. Those settlements are always tricky.
Like, I mean, it's a civil matter, so you agree to pay money, which, I mean, pretty much in any release when you're paying money, you're saying this is not an admission of doing this. This is just a compromise between the parties.
Yeah.
And so it's and it probably includes an NDA. Mm-hmm. Which would be crazy if you didn't have that type of clause in their confidentiality clause where she can't talk about what she got or how she got it or any of the interactions between them again to any outside people.
So she won't be doing a podcast, right?
Unless he has the worst legal team in the world. Like, yeah, I mean, at least on that. Like, she wouldn't be able to talk about that. And that's the way these things are put together. So you don't have like a judge or a jury coming back and said, like, you know, like Diddy, we feel you did this, but you didn't do that. This is all civil, so you're not have that. But there's no doubt that there remains like a public stigma to having gone through this. Yeah. You know, that people will always look at him a little bit differently because this came up and it seemed, you know, legitimate enough. And in most people's mind, if you do pay a considerable amount of money, you're doing that for a reason, and it ain't charity. You know, so that's just kind of the you know, I don't think he completely escapes this, but, you know, there's enough craziness out there. And even like the Diddy thing in a criminal setting and getting convicted of 2 of the 5 or 6 charges, like, he's probably still got a way back after this sentence.
I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of like already in the back of my memory. It's
Exactly,
crazy. It's
yeah.
kind of like already.
Yeah.
Like if I saw Diddy tomorrow on Instagram going whatever, I'd be like, yeah.
I wouldn't bat it out.
Yeah, like
just be normal. Like, I don't know.
I don't
you
know.
know?
Like,
I mean, if he did something weird, like, it would be notable.
Yeah.
But if he just was fucking dancing or doing something stupid,
I'd
like,
just be
I'm
like-
not thinking about it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and that's the way it is for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and so just
Unless you get, I think unless you get like caught red-handed and we believe the guilty, like R. Kelly, like, yeah, like that was a whole thing that was brought out. First of all, we heard the rumors beforehand. Some believed it, some kind of didn't. Then you have the court, and then you have the movie, then you have this and that. You know what I mean? So that's a totally different thing.
well, the thing about, like, when something's in the rumor stage, if it's what R. Kelly was doing, if it's what Michael Jackson was doing, if it's what Diddy was doing, as long as it's in the rumor stage, like, most people have the capacity to just, like, I don't need to know, I don't care to know, I like the music, I like whatever, and it gives you the ability to ignore it when it's just rumors. But when you're kind of called before the court, now, you know, just individually, we all kind of have to process a judgment on that. You know, and again, regardless of what the court does, you know, you start to hear the evidence, and now it's, you know, it's very public. We all start thinking, like, what do I think of this now? Is this cool? Is this not cool? Yeah, I mean, when the Shannon Sharpe stuff came, you know, we had discussions about, well, hey, what is the, you know, an age dating dynamic? What does that look like? What's okay? What am I uncomfortable with? And because it got to the, you know, a case, you know, and you have to have those discussions with yourself, how you decide them, whatever. But when it gets past rumors and to something concrete, now we as fans or, you know, people that are following, so we have to make some sort of accounting with it.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. That's for sure. Now let's keep it moving here. What do I have here? I still got a few more. Let's go here, because I just, this is going to be quick. I just wanted your take on this. Your guy, right? So you got the Florida State quarterback, Thomas. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
He took a shot at Alabama. They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me. See you week 1. Now, we remember the last time they played him week 1, right? Wasn't that Alabama?
Yeah, that was DeAndre Francois tore up his knee.
That was a rough one for Florida State.
Here's the thing.
And
Here's
go ahead.
I mean, we lost the game.
Yeah.
I thought we had some bad calls in the game. It was a close game until the fourth quarter. Francois went down. They blocked a punt late, and I think they ended up winning by 2-3 touchdowns. So the final score, we got smacked.
Yeah.
For 3.5 quarters of the game, it's a game.
Yeah.
You know, we make a play, a call goes different, whatever, we're in the game. And so what was truly devastating out of that was losing the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, I think if Francois was, you know, didn't go down injured, and remember we had the Hurricanes right after, not the Miami Hurricanes.
No.
But like we literally went, I think, like 3 weeks without playing. And it was just
so it sat with you. Yeah.
It just was all. It just was funky, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't get the stink off that loss and get back on the field for 3 weeks, and a lot of nonsense. A lot of factors come up. End of the day, they won the game. That's whatever. But the take of Castellanos, I think when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, why are we doing this? But then I thought it through. last year at 2-10, you were an insufferable bunch of pussies. Like, why not? Why not say something? Why not have a competitive spark and you act like you give a shit?
Yeah.
You know, why not throw something out there that, yeah, I got to go fucking do it now.
Yeah.
Like, we may lose the game, but at this point, I'm comfortable with him saying something.
Yeah.
It's evidence of a pulse. It's evidence of, you know, some sort of competitive spirit. And he's new to the team. He wasn't part of 2-10.
Yeah.
You know, but I do think like you need something to go. Let's go kick their ass.
Okay.
You know, I'm not mad at it. You know, if we again, just on pure odds, we probably lose the game. So
maybe Alabama's not the same Alabama either.
No, and I agree. And
that's basically what he's saying.
Honest and truthfully, I think we do have a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and be stunned if we lose to Alabama coming off of 2-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just don't have a problem. So, I mean, like I'd say, you know, let's just say there's a 60% chance we lose the game. So he eats his words, but who cares? At the end of the day, it's forgotten. If we win, and, you know, like now it's like, yeah, we got a dude, you know, we're going to talk it and we're going to live it. And so I don't have a problem with it at all, especially how uncompetitive we were the entirety of last season.
No, that's for sure. Understood. All right, we'll keep it moving from here. One thing I do hate, though, is like, is we always talk about the luck of scheduling and stuff like that, mostly like, you know, with other things. But like the Gators, like we just can't get Alabama. We only get Alabama when Saban was there. Like we can't get the fucking. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, we're gonna move it along here. Let's go to. We got a couple more. I thought this was interesting too. Staying with football. So they was asking Tua. They, you know, today training camp started. I think a day or two ago, something like that. But they asked him about the Tyreek Hill situation. He said, when you say something like that, you don't just come back with my bad. You got to work on that relationship. You got to work that relationship up, like, you know what I mean? Because of course, after last season, Tyreek Hill was like, "Oh, I'm out," and that was in relation to Tua being out and him having, you know, basically couldn't get the ball.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, extremely frustrating season.
Yeah, and he was like, "Man, I'm out. I got to get to a better situation for me and my family." That was exactly what he said. And Tua took that personally, man. Yeah, all of it.
Why, but again, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
I wouldn't have took that personally. You know what I mean? He said, "I got to get out and for my career and for my family." All right. You know what I mean? It's you need to go. Players, it's the NFL. Players move around all the time. For various different reasons. It's not like he was saying, you know, I couldn't get him the ball. Or I was a bad quarterback. I was hurt, and I have been hurt in my career. Yeah. It's not the way Tua sounded, and maybe he always sounds like that. He always sounds like he's coming from a whatever type of place. I'm sorry, I can't place the word, but the way he sounded was like he was really hurt by that, and their relationship is fractured because of that. I don't think it should be.
A little bit dramatic, but I can understand where you're hurt or you feel some kind of way about it. It's like, we're professionals. I believe in myself. I believe I'm a top quarterback, and I know you're a great receiver. I definitely want to work with you, and I think we do great things. We've shown that. And what I'm hearing from you is you're not interested in doing this with me. You're just interested in going somewhere else. That's an insult. Like, to a competitive person who really feels that they're gonna, you know, can play, make it at the high level here. That's insulting. You're basically saying your career's no good with me, and I'm the quarterback. I'm the guy most responsible for getting you the ball.
Yeah.
You know. And again, assuming he's like, you know, I mean. You know, Tua is apparently healthy and ready to go.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying they should have a fractured relationship.
No.
But like, I don't hear him say those. If I'm Tua, I don't hear him say those words and just don't care.
Right.
It hits me. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's for sure. I just thought that was interesting. Now, for the Miami Dolphins, though, do you see any changes, like in there as far as their fate in the AFC? You know, they're in the AFC South. the division is favorable. You got the Colts, and what are they going to do over there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Tennessee.
I get that. Again, they still have a lot of talent on offense. It still hinges on Tua being healthy and able to play.
That's
the
really what it
majority of
hinges
games.
on, man.
And but there is kind of this narrative, and I was high in Mike McDaniels, but there's a lot of stuff coming out. He's soft. He doesn't really run a tight enough ship to be competitive and stuff like that. And really, like, even when they had the better year before, like, they largely fed off the weak teams. They didn't win a lot of big games. And
you were really enamored by that. What was that, 70-point game or something?
Yeah, I love that, man. It's fun to watch, man.
They put it on them,
They did. But at the end of the day, like, they kind of lost all the games you needed. Like, lost to the Bills, lost to the Chiefs.
Every single game.
Like, every time that there's a game, hey, we really need this one, they just didn't come up. Yeah. And coach has to take responsibility for that. That's as a coach, you need to make a difference. Like, it's just not the talent's there. We win or we lose. Like, for you have to be a value add coach to be worthwhile. And, if you can't do that, if you can't win tough games, any of them, that's saying something. That's a big statement. And then last year they had a lot of injuries to critical people, but you didn't see a lot of resolve in that team. They just kind of rolled over as it went. And that raises a red flag. I think Daniel's on a very short leash, and if he doesn't have, if they don't get to mid-season at least 500, I don't think he survives the season. I think he gets fired. If they're like, whatever, 3-4, or 2-5 at that kind of midway juncture, 3-5, I think that they're going to fire him.
I can see that
mid-season.
I can see that. That's a take. Okay. This is something here. Chris sent this to me here earlier. So you got this T-app thing. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
All right. So the T-app here, number one, is the number one app on the App Store right now. This is a women-only app where users anonymously share info and warnings about men to spot red flags and get feedback. I actually did a little research.
I was talking to my coworker, and apparently there's like a Facebook thing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's
Facebook dating.
Are we dating the same guy?
It's
group. Like a group or something,
group,
and like so they'll post a picture, and people that
I've heard of that too.
So this is a little bit similar concept.
Yeah. But it's instead of a Facebook group, it's an app. And they probably have some of that going on too.
Yeah.
But then also it's like they're sharing, whatever tips and experiences, and things like that. And then they're basically giving them advice and talking about red flags and posting pictures of the guys that they're dating. And like it probably, some of that too is like, okay, are you dating this guy? Or whatever. And what is your they're doing catfish verifications on, background checks.
Okay.
They're doing. So
it's kind of really thorough.
Yeah. Now, I've been told that it's a little silly. I know some women that have been on there, and it gets a little silly, but they are serious on there, man. They're doing their due diligence on these guys out here.
Okay.
Now men have recently, they said, created their own app. So to combat that. Now I wonder, how can a man infiltrate the app? Because how do you know if it's really a woman or not? I guess you could create a fake profile and all of that. So how are you really managing that?
Or you could go in under a female
That too.
If you knew, you could use your sister.
Yeah.
You could just go in as whatever, all of her date of birth information that they need to verify she's a woman, give a picture, and then maybe they let you in that way.
Yeah.
So how long before there's a significant infiltration rate? No, I'm serious about that.
Seriously, yeah. Has to be soon. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't really. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's like the further we get in life, it's like, okay, it seems like they're trying to push women to lesbianism, but it's like, it's just it's always going to be the man and women and they're women, no matter what, I feel like no matter what women are saying on that app, there's still going to be a level of them that's still going to fool with that same man that they're complaining about on that app.
For sure.
So and no matter what advice they receive, no matter what another woman tells them bad about that guy.
There's women and men all over the world that like are fooling with people that they've been proven are not good for them, and they've probably had whoever their circle of people are say this is not good for you, and they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, there's always been a weird dynamic with that you know, people kind of keep gravitating toward each other when they shouldn't. But, you know, for some people, I don't know what the end goal is, because if you're that person who's still going to fool with the toxic person, it is what it is. I also feel, though, that if you're so fixated on kind of this information about these people that you may be dating or may be connecting with early on, like, you're not ever going to be in a position to really connect with anybody. You whatever, you meet somebody on an app, you meet somebody in person, and then you run them through this thing, and you know, instead of like, and I'm not saying people aren't dishonest with each other, because they are, but you know, you're gonna start, like, you know, obsessing over this data that you can find, and that's gonna be kind of pushing against whatever, you know, connection you may or may not be building with that person. And I do think it's at the end of the day, it's not necessarily helpful. I mean, it may, you know, in certain circumstances, help a person, you know, who just can avoid a situation, but it's really an avoidance tool, not a connecting tool.
Yeah, that was the point of me bringing that up. Yeah, because that's a good way to put it. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have two more quick things. Hopefully I can fit them in. Let me know. Do you have anything on this?
Trump administration releases. No.
No, I didn't even really know what that was about until today. The Trump administration with the MLK, and for our audio listeners here.
I mean, why is he doing it? He's doing it to take heat off of himself because of the Epstein stuff and his connection to it. So because
correct me if I'm wrong. Before he was elected, he promised to release that stuff.
He promised to release Epstein, JFK, he promised to release everything. But he's a lying sack of shit with no intention of doing this. And the reality is, if he's not in the crosshairs of the Epstein thing now, this is not released. This is not released. This is a complete distraction. That's all it is.
It's like a what is that? What do they call it? Bait and switch or whatever. It's like,
it's not even a bait and switch.
I'm throwing a rock over here. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me, but it's like, oh wait, look over there.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just a distraction.
Yeah.
And it's a cheap, useless distraction. Again, I don't know what's in there. I mean, it's documented that J. Edgar Hoover was, you know, tracking him, tapping his phones, you know, uncovered him in some various affairs and different things like that. I don't know what else new is there.
Yeah, and it's like it's just no impact now. Like, but you know, it doesn't take away, because I did read some of those things, and that's all that I took away from it. You know, he was MLK was getting it in, man. He was a whore. He was a whore, and that's what it was, because that is what they were doing, tapping his phones. They were, you know, they had people out there watching his hotels.
Like, that's been known forever.
But that's been known. But it was it was rumored, and I guess, and especially if you're living in those times, like if it's a rumor versus that, I guess people weren't. It never stuck to MLK though, because especially in the black community, because in the black community, a lot of like black women, they hate whores. They hate male whores. They're not going to support a male whore no matter what they're doing. Yeah. So I know that it didn't stick, because any male whore they're going to defile. And
but the other problem is you're talking about a dead male whore.
No. I'm talking about in that time.
Oh,
so I'm saying so that's why it was just rumored.
No, but okay, I get like back
so
in the 60s.
Now, so I'm saying now, like you're saying now, I don't think it has any impact.
No, I agree. Yeah, no. And when I was born in 1971, I mean, I know that it was accepted fact by probably the 80s at least. It took, like, as I'm growing up, you knew those things happened. JFK too was banging a bunch of people back in the 60s. Yeah. It just was the way it went down in the 60s. Probably still today. But yeah, so like again, it doesn't, you're talking about like a legacy. You're not talking about somebody that like Shannon Sharpe or Diddy that's alive, and we now have to consider how we're going to regard them the next time we have to see them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, so when you're if it didn't stick during his lifetime, it is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to say, now if you would have told me like he was whatever, sucking off some white man and then doing all of this or something to combat what he stood for.
Right.
You know what I mean? The sucking off white man, that was just a joke. But if it would have been anything in there that combat what he stood for, that could have been something, even though he is not here anymore. But anything outside of that, which is what I read and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
like
just,
if he was secretly
whatever.
a Klan member.
You know what I mean?
Like, it'd have to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd have to be ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's that. Okay, all right. The last thing here, and honest to God, another honest to God, this is the second one. That's not even in my vocab, so that's funny.
I know, I don't recall hearing it.
I know, right?
Have you found the Lord recently?
What's funny is me and Ray, we actually go.
I lost it. Maybe you found it.
We're going to go live on TikTok on Friday. I do have a church-related topic I'm going to talk about with him. But anyway.
Maybe you're getting ready for it. Just prepping the mind for that.
I had every intention to talk about this. I was going to be like my opening thought with Hassani, but I don't know if you noticed, but we like rolled into the show like we were talking off air, and so it just escaped.
It was a running start.
But I was going to talk about this from an aspect of what was on my mind of, and it's coaching, right? And it's funny because when you look at the different things, like especially for me, like the different things I have wanted to try, get into, all the various different things, coaching is one thing that I've thought about doing. And technically in my career, I guess I'm 0-1 versus you. And
That's right.
and ultimately when I do think about it and I flesh it out, I think I'm like ultimately like I think I'm like one of these defensive coordinators who can't really hack it as a head coach, and one of the reasons why I do think that, and I flesh all the way through it, and I flesh all that, and it's honestly it's looking at you, coach, because when a lot of people who watch sports, how they view coaching, and they say, okay, if you ask an average person on the street, okay, who knows basketball, hey, what makes a good coach? They're going to say things like, okay, of course, subbing in the right people and making sure that the minutes are correct for the right players, out of timeout calls, you know what I'm saying? Calls, play calls out of timeouts, and things like that. Even it may go into depth a little bit about managing your star player and stuff like that. But one thing that I think is like vital and that you have to have it as a main thing is managing the sideline and managing the players that are not in the game. You know what I mean? And that is so big and so vital because it's like there's so much going on in the game and it's like, okay, managing talking to the referees and managing talking to the sideline and your team is like, because you have to have that under control. You can't have a fucking melee or any type of like unorganization on that side on the sideline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
One guy can kind of take a whole team out of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. No, I agree with that for sure. And that's why, like, when I have the choice on that, I don't want excess people at all because it's too much to manage. I want every person to have a purpose because in the purpose you could be engaged. But if you're on a bench and you literally don't know if you're going to get in or not, or when you might get in, or if you're even going to get it, like it just, you don't have a purpose. And psychologically, what does that do to a person? They don't care. Mm-hmm. Maybe they thought they were going to play some, and you get to the half and they haven't touched the floor, and then now you're in the third quarter and there's no let's get that guy in. Like at some point you check out, you take your uniform off, you take your shoes out, or you're just sitting there idly by. you don't need to be there. You don't have a purpose. It's just, it's not a judgment of you completely as a person, but like in the context of what you're doing, I don't have a job for you. Yeah. And so I don't need you here. I want the kind of the minimal options that I need to combat what the other situation is. And TP, that's why I hate all your rules about people having to play a certain amount of games, because it encourages you to have unnecessary people there at unnecessary times.
Yeah.
And I don't have any use for that.
And it's not even so much that my ha-ha moment, and that what made me realize that, and I'm not going to say any names, and I'm not even going to clip this out and send it anywhere, but it's like, the last time we had a game and there was a person that was on our team, and it's just like, when, like, I wouldn't have known what to do with that situation to continue with the game and continue coaching. I would have just been like, damn, this is just a bad situation. I don't, whatever. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Because when the person is not performing the way you want them in the game, and then they're receiving a technical on the sideline, and they're not, whatever. They're just not complying with what the fuck, they're not value adding to anything. Everything that they're doing is in the reverse of what you're trying to fucking get done.
Right.
And it's like, damn, how do you manage that situation?
No, and that's the other thing I was going to spin to, is that there are people that you just don't want there because of who they are. Yeah. And so it's not about, at this point, it's not about playing or not playing. Right. It's that your personality, your approach to what we're doing is just not in alignment with what the culture of the group is. Like, I don't need you. I mean, that's why you want to cut those guys. Like, you literally want to form groups of people that don't include that profile of person. Yeah. Because it's disruptive and it's distracting.
It's disruptive and distracting. And and I have a parallel to it. It's almost like a stand-up comedian having to deal with the heckler.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because the best comedians, they will know how to deal with it. Yeah. And either the rookie comedians or just the ones that are just not prepared for that always stumps them, and that's going to disrupt and destroy the rest of their set, the rest of their show. Yeah. But seasoned coaches like yourself, they handle it.
And the exact thing that you're saying though, like the seasoned people, they have just a certain confidence about who they are and what they are, that they can handle the heckler. Yeah. Like it's the person who's maybe too nervous even being up there. Yeah. And then the heckler's just like tips the balance of everything, and now they're screwed. Yeah. And that's that thing. But it's like, if you have the confidence and the experience to just, all right, I see what's happening. I've just got to work with the people that are kind of rowing in the right direction, and just try to get a result and get out of here. Yeah. I mean, I also feel like there's so many games, like, not even for the reason that you're talking about, but like so many games and situations don't necessarily play out the way you want it to. You think it's going to go one way or the other, and it's just not. And then it's like, you kind of have to me, you have to get off of what it, like, you always go into a game, I think as a player or a coach, with kind of like a concept or visualization of how you think it might go. Yeah. If this goes well, here's what it's going to look like, in my head. But to me, like, there's an adversity kicks in, and it's like the Mike, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. It's how quickly you adapt from the punch in the face to figuring something out versus just kind of like staying down for the count on those situations that define, kind of how effective you can be. And I it's kind of funny because like my real job is like an attorney, and the last trial I had in front of a jury, I was working with someone, and they kind of like, to me, they overdid everything. Like in preparation, they wrote out every question that they were going to ask, word for word. And then they wrote out the answer they expected to get. And that's not my approach. And what happened was, as they began getting answers that were not the ones that they wrote up, they kind of deer in the headlights, froze up, stumbled, didn't look comfortable, and it was just a bad look. Yeah. And it really drove home to me, like, the flexibility, the adaptability in what we're doing is so vitally important, because I may get a bad answer, and if I roll with it the right way, it still might end up being good for me.
Right.
But if I just kind of like freeze up and get flustered and appear overly agitated, then it's probably just going to lead to a lot more bad things, for my side of things. And that's adaptability, and we talked about it with kids, like grit and response. Like that's what it's all about. Like no matter what the heck you're doing, if you're coaching, if you're playing, if you're, in court, that's what it's about. And if the quicker you learn that and understand how to adapt yourself and your mentality to that, the more successful you'll be.
100%. Well, that has been the show. We'll catch you guys next week.
Hey, my phone actually died.
Oh man,
it's like, yeah, shit.
I saw you kept looking at it.
Yeah, because it went to the 20% like low energy mode or whatever the heck they say, and then it just flat out